Hey YouTube, IDTV here. I'm your host Lance Dufault, and today I'm going to be doing a market analysis for you guys to try to see whether there's a bull market in the future or whether there's a bear market in the future. Starting off, if you want to do a market analysis, I think the best things to look at are indexes, okay? So you can get an idea of how the whole market is swinging upwards or downwards. Okay, right here I'm looking at the Nasdaq, which is the New York Stock Exchange, very big stock exchange. So it's a good indicator of how the markets are feeling right now. And as you can see, the analysis it's really 50-50 right now. People are very unsure because there hasn't been a big market crash since 2008, really, and a lot of people think there's a market crash coming. Personally, me, I don't think. I think it'll come within the next year, 1 to 3 years, most likely. Obviously, you can never say. It could be 5 years. It could be. No one really knows, but it's a bit overdue for a crash. As you can see, we have run into a correction here. This is around Christmas time, right here. I think, yeah, this is right around Christmas, maybe just before this. But right after Christmas, mid-January, we definitely ran into a big market correction. As you can see here, this is a big, for a whole index, it's a pretty big movement. Definitely wouldn't call it a crash, more of a, but it's definitely a correction, okay? And we seem, this is my opinion, we seem to be getting towards the end of it, if you ask me. I believe this is a good time to buy. I do not believe there's going to be a market crash uh, within the next, I think it's going to be at least 6 months. That being said, take all my information here with a grain of salt because no one knows what's going to happen with the market. Like, there's been people that have been sitting out for the last like 2 years of the market just in cash positions, and they've missed out on a bunch of profit because of it. But if it crashed, they'd be laughing because they could have bought all their holdings back at a really low price and made a bunch of money off it, right? So just always keep that in mind. If you do happen to buy right before a crash and then it crashes and you lose a bunch of money, my advice to you would be to hold onto your asset unless you think the company is going to go under. If the company is going to go bankrupt, it's always better to just cut your losses rather than just waiting for something that won't recover. But if you have a strong company and you know that like lots of companies don't go bankrupt during financial crises, so just always make sure you keep that in mind. Next, I want to show you guys cryptocurrency. So I just want to demonstrate here why people think, and including me, why as you can see, a lot of people are thinking we're going into a bull market here. Okay, so I have a graph analysis. As you can see, it went crazy just for before Christmas. It went from like just below $100. Oh no, just at $100 to 364 dollars, I think, something like that, which is insane, obviously. And as you can see, we've been in this bearish movement ever since this downwards channel. Okay, and as you can see right at the end of here, we're coming out of this channel, moving upwards. How long that trend will hold is anybody's guess, obviously, but a lot of people are feeling like there's going to be a good bull run with cryptocurrencies. And this is not the only spot we're seeing some up movement. So what I just showed you is Litecoin, obviously. But if we take a look at Bitcoin, as you can see, very similar. And I could draw the same trends, the same breakout. Litecoin and Bitcoin, they follow each other almost hand in hand. I could give more examples, but if you want to look, I'd encourage you to do some of your own research, and you will see a lot of trends are very broad across a lot of the different cryptocurrencies. Okay, next thing I want to get into is some stocks. Here is Tencent Holdings, which is a video game production company, to keep it simple. And here is right around Christmas. and there's the drop. See, this isn't even cryptocurrency. Do you see how there's a trend in the dropping? Okay, here's Nvidia, which is a graphics card company. Okay, a drop right at the end. Not as big, but obviously not every not every stock is affected the same way. That's actually another thing I want to point out. Speculative stocks are always hit the hardest when there's a crash. So if your company is not already making money, like it's an up and coming company, and there's a market crash, it's going to be a substantial amount of money coming out of speculative investments. Good example of this is Aurora, which is in my opinion, one of the strongest cannabis stocks. See, it was up to just over $15, I believe, or just under $15. I believe it was over, and now it's at, as you can see, it's at $7.65. Okay, it's because this company is banking on the legalization of marijuana in specifically Canada right now, but many other countries as well. And as you can see, they've been hit way harder, cut in half actually, in the price, which if you bought right at the top, you're really gonna feel that. So it's a good thing to keep in mind when you're making these investments. But speculative investments, if you pick the right stuff, will make you way more money than anything else will. It's like the home run in baseball, so to speak. Alright everyone, just to wrap up, I do think there is a bull run coming. How long it'll last for, I don't know. Obviously, nobody knows. Anybody who tells you they know is lying. You can make very good educated guesses. That's the moral of the story. Okay, I hope you enjoyed my video. Hit that like button if you did, and subscribe for more good content. Quick disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. All investments have risk, and all investments are at one's own discretion.